Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and I'm so glad you could be here today. I'm starting this week's vlog and I wanted to update you on a book I finished. It is on my TBR, can you believe that? I recently participated, but I did complete one of my my first role for the game that I play, that is actually Paperbacks and Ponytails game. And I've never said what the title of the game is because I can't ever remember it. It's like TBR Around the World or something like that. Anyway, it was a double clouds, so it was double prompts. And I didn't have to choose two books. I found one that fit. The first prompt, so mystery featuring an animal, and then water on the cover. And so I'm gonna put a picture up here. I chose Wolf at the Door. It has a water fountain on the cover, and it's a mystery, and it involves animals, all kinds of animals. Oh man, I can't remember her name. Anyway, she could talk to animals like Dr. Dolittle, and not a lot of people know that. Grace Wild. And she gets involved because she's called by the police to pick up or try to subdue this Doberman whose owner was murdered. So anyway, there's a little bit of romance. Nothing, I mean, I think there's a couple some language in there, but it's just like a couple things that I can remember. But nothing else that I can really remember. I can't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was good. It was cute. And I really liked the animals. They had little personalities of their own. I mean, they didn't actually talk. They just kind of in her mind talked. So, and they were really cute. So anyway, that was my update. I'm not sure if I showed you my books that I got in. I think I did in the last vlog, but today my husband got his little planters. He makes benches and he puts planters in them, and I want him to make like double chairs, like connected with an arm in between them. And so I also had ordered, I saw somebody order these. She got them in and I wanted them, so I ordered them. I had to have them. There's so many gel pens in this package. There's glitter ones, there's dark ones. Like, I am obsessed already. And I have some. I have like pink, and I have like this one and this one. Let me show you what I have. And these are Jelly Roll. They're really good, but sometimes the pink doesn't want to work. Maybe I've used it too much, because I use it a lot of times when I'm annotating. Instead of highlighting, I'll use so I have these. And they're wonderful. I love gel pens. These, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to annotate again. I'm wearing one of my new tops. This is from my Aunt Betty and my Uncle Eddie. And I guess that's it. I don't have anything else. The box that my pens and the planters come in was pretty big, and my little 4-legged fur baby, he just loved it. Of course, he's not little. And then he had to go get shots today, so my husband is taking him, because I feel like I would cry if I had to take him. And so I walked out there with him, and so he's kind of nervous going, because we live on a main highway out here. mean, it's not like, I mean, it's a busy highway. It's not like a 4-lane or anything. It's just 2-lane, but it's really busy. And so I had him, and I was not expecting him to get scared, and he jerked and yanked me down, and I was shocked. Welcome to the vlog, and thank you for being here. I hope you stayed to the end. I have no idea what I'm going to read next. I need to read, there's another Kindle book that I have to read, and it's for my disguise. It's a recommendation from my sister, but the prompt is disguise, and it's a Dean Koontz, The Big Dark Sky. So that is probably what I'll read next. I'm also still working on Becoming. I haven't read any more in it because I'm listening to it, and just haven't been in the mood for nonfiction yet. And I'm probably not going to read the books for Emmy and Carolyn Marie Reed's book club. Hello, everybody. So I have not updated. I don't think I talked to you yesterday, but I finished. I'll put a picture up here. I finished The Big Dark Sky by Dean Koontz last night, and this book was amazing. I did not see any of this coming. I was totally on another track with this killer. Definitely a 5-star read for me. And I did have the audiobook and the Kindle book, so I was reading along in my Kindle as I listened to it on my phone. And this was about, it really shows how intelligent Dean Koontz is. The setup. A group of strangers bound by terrifying synchronicity becomes humankind's hope of survival in an exhilarating twist-filled novel by Dean Koontz. As a girl, Joanna Chase thrived on Rustling Willows Ranch in Montana until tragedy upended her life. Now 34 and living in Santa Fe with only misty memories of the past, she begins to receive pleas by phone through her TV. In her dreams, I am in a dark place, Jojo. Please come and help me. Heeding the disturbing appeals, Joanna is compelled to return to Montana and to a strange childhood companion she had long forgotten. She isn't the only one drawn to the Montana farmstead. People from all walks of life have converged at the remote ranch. They are haunted, on the run, obsessed, and seeking answers to the same omniscient danger Joanna came to confront. All the while, on the outskirts of Rustling Willows, a madman lurks with a vision to save the future. Mass murder is the only way to see his frightening manifesto come to pass. Through a bizarre twist of seemingly coincidental circumstances, a band of strangers now find themselves under Montana's Big Dark Sky. Their lives entwined, they face an encroaching horror. Unless they can defeat this threat, it will spell the end for humanity. I mean, this book was amazing. There's some language in it. Not a lot. And, there's murder in it. Because as you just heard about the madman. So, but if that doesn't bother you, oh my goodness, this was amazing. So, I've got some cleaning to do today. It's not my shelves. My goal for today is to wrap those books, my Book of the Month books, and I have some Dean Koontz books that I have not read, and I have some Stephen King books that I've not read. I'm going to number them all. I've thought about putting these book of the months on the shelf over here, so that I can put all the wrapped books on these two shelves. It just depends on how many I have. It kind of makes me nervous because I don't know what I'm going to get, but it also excites me too. I only have, okay, so I started White Fang and I put it back. So that prompt, I'm not going to be finishing. And that prompt was, takes place in nature. I could probably use the big blue sky, is that what it was? The big dark sky. But I was going to see if there was another one I could use. I'm not reading White Fang right now. I don't have it in me. So it's a DNF. It's a soft DNF. So that I will come back to it at some point. I have to, because it's my niece's son's favorite, and I promised him I would read it. So that means I have to go pick out another classic that my sister has given me to read. I have only one more. That means that my takes place in nature, I either have to fulfill that prompt, if I can find one. I have Moby Dick I could read, but I have like a condensed version. It's a kid's version, but it would work. So I have my airplane prompt, which was Reader's Choice, and so that's this one. It's also one of my 23 books of 23 that I chose. And then I have, when Riley Sager's new book comes out, that will be my other 23 books for 23. And then I have Pride and Prejudice left to read. And I'm not going to do Emmy and Carolyn Marie Reed's book club this month. I have made it in the book to page 146. And she has met Barack, President Obama, I should say. I shouldn't use his first name. And they are dating, and he is in college, or law school. He's in law school. She is a lawyer, and her dad has just passed away. And her dad, I'm learning so much about her, and I just love this book. From the very opening lines, I loved this book. And even though it's taken me a little while I'm very slow with nonfiction books, but I love it. Just wanted to give you this update, and I will be back later to update you again. So if you'll notice that shelf right there, I have started, and I also have 6 more sitting here that I have wrapped. Yes, 6. I was doing a mental calculation. Actually 7, because I have a little paper back wrapped, because I had just a little bit of paper left over, and I was trying to make the most of my paper. I have this much. I know it's like that much, which is probably a good fair amount, but I have like a lot of books left over there. Now, as I get to the smaller ones, like these, I can probably wrap more than 2 per page. But I'm a little worried I'm going to run out of paper before I get this job done today. But I did film a clip. You'll have to excuse the mess, but I did film a clip of all the stacks. And I have my bag of goodies for my birthday. My mom's purse is sitting on it because I borrowed it when I went to my PD, my face-to-face PD. And it's sitting in front of the books that are on this table beside my desk. And then I have a shirt here for my sister, and I have some yarn. And because I've taken books off this white bookshelf beside my desk, they're not in the best shape right now. So I have a little bit of everything as far as like some of my favorites, I have my book of the months that I have not read. I have some Dean Koontz, and I have some Stephen King. I even went and got the next in the series that I have not read, like number 4 in the Frankenstein series that Dean Koontz wrote, and Wizard and Glass by Stephen King. That's the next in the Dark Tower. I've got about halfway. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap these Hollow Vows because I haven't yet to start it. I'm watching Miriam Elizabeth read. She's doing her May wrap-up. And I also watched a true crime show on Netflix. I wrapped that up. It was the last episode. I had to see if there was a conclusion to it. All I had in this whole house, all the Sharpies we have bought, and all I had was a silver one. I can't really tell it's silver, but yeah, it's silver. So, I'm going to continue with my wrapping and hope I have enough paper. If not, I'm going to call my mom and say, do you have any wrapping paper? Because I don't think I have any wrapping paper. So, I have 47 books wrapped. I ran out of paper. But these are my last few stacks. Don't mind the mess. I'm watching Haley Fam vlogs. Just don't mind the mess. So I'll be right back. So starting up here, we have 1 through 18. And then 19 through 36. And then 37. Guys, I'm just going to tell you, number 37 is it. It's the biggest paperback I have. It'll be a reread, so I'm not really worried about it. But, yeah, I mean, you can obviously tell. But then I have 38 and 39. And then there is 40 through 43. And then you move over, and there is 44 through 47. My next step is to move these books on this shelf and put my already read book of the month books here. And then like these 2 books and these 3 books are probably going to be on next month's TBR, so I didn't wrap them. So anyway, my mom is calling, so I'm going to go. Good morning, friends. So I am on my way up to the little park. I'm trying to get out of the house, give my husband at least an hour to sleep so that I'm not making any noise. I was working on my PD. I'm doing it online right now. And I thought, well, I'll go for a walk. It is pretty humid, muggy, because it's been raining the past few days, so it's shot the humidity up. But since I'm pretty out of shape, I'll probably only make it 1 round anyway, but 1 round is better than none, and who knows, I might get a half one. I've had a shower this morning, and I did not brush my hair. It's out there. Truth hurts sometimes, you know, but once I get finished with my walk, I'm going to listen to Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I messed up my hair even more. So, anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, I will update you when I am finished with my walk. So, I'll see you in a few. Okay, I made it. I went around it, and then there's a little part of the track is around some play equipment. So I did that half, that little part. not really a half, I'd say a quarter. And I am out of breath, but I feel so much better. And yeah, I pushed myself, but it's the only way you're going to increase, right? And I probably started out too fast. I was walking too fast, but it'd be okay. But anyway, I am on page 178 of Becoming, and they have just, it's train behind me, like back there. They have just gotten married. Mr. and Mrs. Obama just got married, and it was so beautiful. I teared up a little bit, but sentimental about things like that. And I do just love them as a couple. It's just so sweet. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and continue listening to this. And the only reason I know what page I'm on is because I'm reading along with it. Not while I'm driving, but anyway. I'm gonna go and maybe might drive over and get me, I don't know, probably not. But I do have to check the mail in a little bit. I don't want to get home before 12:40 because that's what time James will be getting up. And like I said, he needs his sleep because he works nights. And he doesn't get in until 3:30. So anyway, I will see you in the next. Hey, there you go. Show the people. Yeah, it's time for mail, ain't it? It's time for Mommy's baby to get some mail. Yeah. Yeah. You ready? You ready? Yeah. Okay. All right. Get down. All right. Let's go with the first one. Yeah. All right. Here you go. There you go. You gonna go show Dad? Okay. So I got Peril at In-House. And this is the one where this woman has all these accidents happening to her. And Hastings is in this one. And Perot, it's too much of a coincidence for Perot. So he starts investigating. And I got, this is one of the 23 books for 23 that I want to read. This is The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. I don't want to read the back because I don't know what it's about and I don't want to know. Alright. Here's one of these that never does want to open for me. I didn't tell you what day it was. It is Thursday. I've seen you already today because I talked about my walk and checking the mail. Didn't want to come home because James Smitty. Because James was sleeping. Smitty. Can't believe he's not already in here. There you go. Go show Daddy. Go show Daddy. Alright, and everybody keeps saying how much they love this book. So I ordered Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. And it is a romance. I don't know anything about how they write. I do know it is two authors writing together. And then one more package.
Well, this is your day, ain't it?
Show Daddy. Slap Bubba in the face and show Daddy. No, go show Daddy? Okay. And then Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails talked about how good this one was. Authentically Izzy by Pepper Basham. It is a romance. And so I wanted to order that one. And then I was watching somebody who was reading this, Park Avenue Summer, and It's set in 1965, I guess. So, we'll see. And I purchased Fourth Wing on Fable last night, but right now, as I told you earlier, I am working on PD for work, and so that's what I'm going to continue doing. And I probably will wrap this one, I don't know. I'm going to see what my TBR is going to look like first. I haven't decided if I'm going to wrap books or not. Any more books. I'm sure there's some over here that I'm not drawn to that I might wrap. It'll force me to read them. And so, I know I can't wrap Stephen King's Songs of Susanna because it's part of a series, and I have to read Of Wizard and Glass first, so that's the one I wrapped. The only other King that I have, well, I have two. It's, and I know Song of Susanna is not the next one. I have a couple to purchase before I get to Song of Susanna. Page 216, and Mr. Obama is about to run for Senate again, and he just gave a speech. I'm going to stop there, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, everybody. So it is later on Thursday evening, and I just placed my pre-order for 0 Days by Ruth Ware and The Only One Left by Riley Sager. The main one I want is the Riley Sager. I've been waiting for that one since January. And I have it on my TBR for the Sun's Out, Books Out readathon for the weekend of the, I don't know what weekend that is. I should know. The 23rd, 24th, and 25th. But it doesn't release, neither one of them, until the 20th. And they're telling me that it won't deliver until the 23rd to the 27th. So I may have to find another book instead of The Only One Left. But anyway, so I am reading Things We Do in the Dark, and this woman is in prison for, well, she's not in prison, but she's being accused of killing her husband. And there's also this woman called the Ice Queen. She's just been released from prison after serving so many years. And there's another character named Drew, and he is a podcaster. He used to be a journalist, and he used to have a friend named Joey or Joelle, who was the Ice Queen's daughter. Anyway, I'm on page 114. It's okay. I think it's just more that I know I have to read it in order to get another one. I have about 200 and maybe 210 pages left. I mean, anyway, but that was my update. I don't know about this book. I'm going to go for now. I'll talk to you later. Probably tomorrow. Bye for now. Oh, it's a small book. It's, I don't know, the 16th of June. It's almost 9 o'clock. I just finished Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I just love this book. 5 stars. But I mean, it's about her life, and then her meeting Mr. Obama, President Obama, and then them getting married. So I rolled, you will have seen the clip, I rolled the second time after I finished. When did I finish? The last book. If I can remember what it is. Things We Do in the Dark. I gave it 3 stars. I don't think I updated you. But I wouldn't recommend it. I have a twinge in my back. And then my next row, when I unwrapped it, you'll hear me in the clip say, "Oh, it's a skinny book." It's the #1 ladies detective agency. I don't know anything about it. It's a cozy mystery though. And I picked up in my grocery order, I added this to my cart, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. And I don't know if I like it or not. We'll see. It'll probably be wrapped. I did get some more tape. So, as you will have seen, I have finished the #1 Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. And I'm going to give this a 3. I liked it and I enjoyed it, but, you know, being the first book in the series, I think the next ones will be even better, so. Every time. Okay, and I haven't picked my next book. I've rolled, which you've already seen, but I haven't pulled it from the shelf because we weren't here when I rolled. Smitty. Kind of thick. I don't think it's the book of the book though. Oh, I'm covered with. I'm not inserting the clip of my book yet because I didn't tell you what this book was about. This book is about a lady whose father dies and leaves her an inheritance, and she opens a detective agency in Africa. She lives in Africa. And her name is Madame Ramatswe. I think that's how they pronounced it. Her first name is Precious. And she goes about solving cases. She starts with a case of a woman looking for her husband, and she thinks she thinks her husband is cheating on her. So, and then there are several other cases that Madame Ramatswe solves in this little book, and it's just a really cute little book, and it is definitely a cozy mystery. And 3 stars. I saw in that clip, the previous clip, I opened The Missing Years by Lexi Elliott, and it says at the top, some doors should stay locked. And so I'm just going to give you the synopsis. It says, it's a novel of psychological suspense about a woman who inherits an eerie old Scottish manor in the misty Highlands. Elsa, I think it's Elsa, but it's not spelled the way the frozen Elsa's got spelled. Calder has inherited half of a house. The other half belongs to a man who disappeared without a trace 27 years ago, her father. Leaving London behind to settle the inheritance from her mother's estate, Elsa returns to her childhood home, nestled among the craggy peaks of the Scottish Highlands, joined by the half-sister who is almost a stranger to her. Elsa cannot escape the claustrophobic feeling that the house itself is watching her, as if her past hungers to consume her. She also cannot ignore how the neighborhood animals refuse to set foot within the gates of the garden. When the first nighttime intruder shows up, Elsa fears that the manor's careless, rugged beauty could cost her everything. So, that is my next read. I'll give you an update. It is Sunday the 18th, and it's just after 6:30, and this will be my last update. But I finished my next pick, which was The Missing Years by Lexi Elliott. I gave this a 4 stars. I did check out the audiobook for it, and it was quite interesting. This girl's father has been missing for about 27 years, and she inherits a manse. It's a house, but she only inherits half of it. They call it a manse. Her father owns the other half, and she inherits this after her mother dies. And she and her half-sister, they move up there, and they're trying to reconnect. They move up there to get things in order because she's been told that she can't sell it until they find out about her dad, and they can't do anything until they find out what happened to her dad. It was really interesting. It is a thriller, and this was the first time I have ever read Lexi Elliott, but I will be checking her books out again because I really enjoyed this. I didn't finish this vlog now. I'm going to say that I'm so thankful that you were here with me, and I hope you stayed to the end, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, just click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.